Hi, my name is Savannah, and I am part of the customer success team here at Sendible. I am delighted that you were here to join us. If you've joined us before, you know that we do these twice a month. And today, my colleague Anne and I will be covering choosing the right platform for your target audience. So we are excited to get talking about this and to spend some time getting to know you and helping you understand who you're trying to reach and the best platforms to get your content to them. Now, just a few housekeeping notes. Down on the right-hand side of your screen, you will see that we have a chat box. You can add your greetings there. Hi, Anne. You can also see that there is a questions tab, and if you have questions relevant to this topic, please feel free to drop them right there in the questions tab, and we will try to leave some time at the end to make sure that we can answer those. We do ask that you try to keep them relevant just so that we can try to get to all of them. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that you guys, those of you who have been with us before, know that we like to start off with an icebreaker. And you can drop your answers here in the chat. My icebreaker for today is, if you were to go on your social platforms, are you looking for cat videos or dog videos? I've got to be honest, I am a dog girl all the way. Cats and I both view each other with some suspicion. So unfortunately, I am totally a dog girl myself. And Danielle, we are all on the dog team. Nikki says both, absolutely. Maybe different moods, right? I'm looking for something super cute or silly. Absolutely. Awesome. Well, you guys feel free to keep dropping those answers in the chat, and I will begin sharing my screen. All right. So I'm going to talk to you about choosing the platform for your audience. And so here is my game plan for today. I am going to talk through identifying your ICP, learning a tiny bit more about the demographics on each platform, deciding on the best platform for you, and then how to create content based on the platform and the audience. So kind of combining those two pieces and ending with the content piece. First, who is your ideal customer? Now, there's a ton of different things that we can go through about the ideal customer, but just a few of those pieces are that you can consider when building out your ideal customer persona. And that would be age and demographic information. So gender, education, job, or role at their company. Family information like relationship status. Do they have children, pets? Common interests among your ideal customer persona, maybe traveling or sports, or they're particularly eco-conscious. You also want to consider if your brand is really location specific, right? So are you looking for people in your vicinity because you have a storefront and that's really where you're pushing? Or is this a global online brand? That would be some, different approaches you'd want to take. Determine common challenges, fears, pain points. Again, you're trying to capture a persona of who is the person I'm trying to reach out to, right? Who am I talking to? Who is actually in my audience? And that's going to include challenges as well as dreams and goals. Now, for most companies, those customer personas make up such a huge portion of their sales. And so it's really crucial that as you consider who is your audience member, your customer, that's how you're going to find out what you need to communicate on social. Now, an incredible tool that you can use is Make My Persona on HubSpot. And we can share that link. It's such an incredible resource to kind of build out who are you trying to reach out to. So definitely spend some time getting to know your ideal customer. That is going to be the starting point, especially as we try to make sure our social is as successful as possible. Now, I'm going to point out just a few typical audience patterns on each platform. Now, this is by no means comprehensive because the data out there is vast. There is so much information about the audiences that land on each platform. But when looking at PEW research, some of the stats that were surprising to me were that 77% of women indicated that they were on Facebook. And then among the some of our older audience members, there was a much larger portion on LinkedIn, second only to Facebook. That was just really surprising to me. And then finally, the shocking stat, right, was that YouTube was the highest percentage among all age demographics and gender demographics. Now, something that was less surprising, right, that the youngest groups that were interviewed reported being on Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, and YouTube at super high rates. So all of those kind of combined pointed out that the most universally utilized platforms are Facebook and YouTube. Now, does that mean you need to be on both? We have more questions to follow up, but these are some of the most universally used, at least as far as this research showed. The next slide I wanted to show was this, the user adoption. Now, you'll see that this is monthly active users in the millions. So as you look at these stats, you want to consider that this is worldwide and that these statistics are also in the millions. Now, like I said, it's not surprising that Facebook and YouTube are those top are pulling in those top numbers. But I also wanted to bring this up because especially if you are a global brand, there are major social platforms that are not present necessarily in the United States. And while Instagram and Facebook are things that the US obviously has a huge presence on, you also have brands like platforms like QQ, which are incredibly important in the Asian market. So we know a little bit more. Now we've decided on who is your audience, and we've talked a little bit about who are the people and where are those people on the platforms. We need to decide on the best platform for you, and there are so many questions that we need to answer. One of the first things that we want to talk about is what is the type of business and what is your offering? Now, that can be a few different pieces, but one I am describing in this way. Are you a B2B or B2C business, right? Are you reaching out and attempting to service businesses or directly to customers? And then next, are you a product or service? Because again, both of those are going to be pieces that help you determine the best platform for you. Now, the other pieces like time commitment, competitor analysis, budget, skills, interest, all of those are also going to come into play. But I'm going to go ahead and start with your business type and your business offering. So here are a few examples that I wanted to present and show off just so that you got a little bit of a picture of what does it look like for a B2C company offering a product. What does it look like for them to be on social? So the first one that I pulled up is, again, a business to customer that is offering product. And one of the things that we wanted to highlight is that when you are this type of brand, you want to make sure that the platforms you choose focus on the visuals of your product, and they also prompt impulse buying and make it easy, right? So this is a beautiful makeup brand that utilizes Instagram's visual components, and they also take advantage of that link in bio. And so I've highlighted both here. This brand specifically has roped me in consistently with their beautiful images, and the link in bio has made it so easy that I have often ended up buying their makeup because it was visually appealing and was very easy to action. Now, maybe you're not a B2C company, right? Maybe your brand is B2B service. And so one of the things I wanted to highlight was a commercial cleaning service. Now, this is one of their posts, and then their page on LinkedIn, LinkedIn is a great place to offer trust building and provide a little bit longer form content. And this allows you to stay in front of your audience and continue to build authority and trust, allowing you to be that memorable brand when they need you. Now, one of my favorite things about this post specifically was that they, after outlining the process of deep cleaning, right, they brought up healthier employees are happier employees. And that means increased productivity. Now, that instantly brings an employer, their B2B audience, that brings it directly in and makes it relevant. So I think they are really utilizing LinkedIn well. And so I thought I would show them off. Now, the next thing that I wanted to go through when deciding on a platform, you also need to consider the time commitment and the budgetary needs. Now, if you are a one-person show and you are looking to really capitalize on your effort, today may be the day to stick with one platform and really nail it, right? If you have a super large marketing team, then maybe you can explore what it looks like to invest in quite a few platforms and explore how to do that well. But just remember the time commitment required for each of these platforms is significant, and it is more important to produce valuable content for your audience than to be kind of casting it wide and generic. Now, budget needs, again, these are going to be things that are totally up to you and based on your knowledge of your brand. But if you have a smaller budget, it may not be the time to explore fully developed long form video because you may want to buy a nicer camera or lighting equipment, or maybe you need to take a course on film and video. If that is something you want to explore, then that would be something to invest in the budget for in the upcoming budget. And for right now, maybe let's look at how to capitalize short form video that requires less upfront cost. So just again, two pieces to evaluate as you're trying to think about the platforms that you're going to choose. Now, competitor analysis is another piece that I wanted to mention because it can be such a helpful way to make decisions about what platform you should be on, right? You don't want your competitors to outstrip you in the platforms that they're using. However, not all competitor analysis is equal, right? And so when you look at the social sites that your competitors are on, you need to actually consider if they are being successful on those platforms, right? And some of those things are engagement, active comments, consistent posting, consistent likes, views, shares. You really want to see that their audience is resonating with the content and the platform. So if you and your competitor have this market that you're shooting for, then you need to know if they're on that platform. And so if you find that your competitor has tons of success on Facebook because their audience group is on Facebook and they're having minimal or negligible engagement on, let's say, TikTok, then is TikTok the right platform for you? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe that's not where your audience is. And so that would be a good way to use those pieces and to kind of plug that into your strategy. Now, I will say Sendible does have the monitor feature. So if you are looking to provide some competitor analysis specifically for Twitter to find out if your competitors are successful on Twitter, you can go ahead and set that up. Now, do you have the next thing that I wanted to kind of address was the experience piece and the interest piece, right? Do you have experience editing videos or creating graphics or writing captions and call to actions? And then do you want to, right? So if you have a huge interest in developing really motivating and videos and you're really interested in it, you care about it, you have experience, that would be a great thing for you to put your effort into. If you feel like graphic design is something that is elusive to you, maybe that isn't the time to invest there. So you have decided on the platforms you want to use, right? Let's say you've decided that these are the ones that you want to do. How um, what do you actually want from social? And I think that that's a piece that I want to make sure we talk about, because not all platforms are for all goals, right? So, what do you want? Do you want brand awareness? Do you want lead generation? Are you looking to be thought of as an industry leader? Are you looking for sales, right? What is your actual goal from social media? And then how does that goal fit into the grand plan of your online marketing strategy, right? Do you have a blogging schedule? Are you running targeted ads? Do you have an email campaign or email marketing that you are looking to apply to your audience? All of these pieces, social really becomes your part of this grand strategy, and you want to make sure that it fits in nicely and really meets your goals. So we're going to head into content creation based on platform and based on audience, right? So how can you be successful and achieve those goals? So this breakdown is that what is your goal? Here is a content type you could apply to that goal to achieve that goal. And then what platform can you put it on, right? So that's kind of the structure here. One of the things that I wanted to mention was that you could include that you're really looking to be an authority in the space. Then that would be good for long form content. And long form content is best on Facebook and LinkedIn, right? Now, another goal could be lead generation, right? So you're looking to generate leads, then you could do that by offering a sales demo and putting that on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, allowing customers to see you and be in front of your brand and really get that full experience of a sales demo. You also can learn more about your audience through polls, things like that. But there is just a ton in there that you can do. Now, the next thing is, okay, so now let's say I have kind of a vision for the type of content I know I want to create. And then where am I supposed to put it? Right? So maybe I am selling a product, right? And maybe you need to develop a storefront on Facebook or on Instagram using a link in bio feature or Pinterest's shopping feature. Those are all going to be really crucial. You're also, again, wanting to apply where's my audience and what do they need? So, for instance, if you have we're going to apply some of those things that we learned earlier, right? So, let's take some of those demographic information and pull them into the content type. So let's say CEO mom of three with minimal time devoted to choosing a new cleaning service, right? Well, we want to be sure that we are speaking to her on the platform that she's already on in a way that is appealing to her. So for this example, it would be something like maybe a bold graphic created on for in Canva for Instagram with a customer review, and that could be a really great place to really meet her where she's at and give her the information that she needs. Now, maybe you're looking to reach a 20-year-old young man still in college and you want them to sign up for a golf instructor. Well, one of the things that you can do is you can have short form videos like reels or YouTube shorts. A YouTube short series on tips from the instructor can be super appealing and really cause a familiarity with the service that you're offering. So just remember, you want to take that content idea. Maybe you have this great content idea, like I want to build community. Well, where do you want to do that? You can do that on Facebook. You can do that on LinkedIn in a really unique way through groups. Now, one of the things I also wanted to kind of show you was an example offering, right? So how do I take an idea and translate that into getting that onto all of my social accounts? Maybe you are publishing to 5 of the major social platforms. And how do I get this idea out? So this is essentially if I had a sustainable product, right, that was my product is built sustainably. That's a big part of our business model. And I really want that to be something that our community knows about us, right? And I want to increase my authority in the space on sustainability. And I also would like to generate sales. Now, here are a few pieces. You can create a blog post walking them through building your product. Okay, so that is posting to your blog. Now you can do a long form video of the behind the scenes using those blog headings as chapters in that long form video. Now you can take and you can publish that to YouTube and Facebook who support long form video. You can then take those smaller chunks, those chapters in that video, and you can turn those into Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook videos, as well as Reels, as well as publishing to YouTube Shorts. All of which you can link back to the longer form YouTube video or blog post. You can create a graphic that includes those same steps, publish that to Instagram. You can also post the blog information and kind of your thoughts on sustainability on LinkedIn. So that's kind of the strategy, right? Here's what it looks like. The content you produce is a single blog post, one single long video, and one graphic, potentially used both in the blog and for social. And graphics can be easily created using Canva. You can also use Pexels, which is a fantastic service for stock images. And if you look, the social post created from the content produced, right? So you've created 3 pieces of content that you can then turn into such a vast number, right? It's anywhere from 8 to 11 social posts. So 2 on Facebook, 2 on Instagram, anywhere from 2 to 5 YouTube videos, TikTok, and LinkedIn. Now, the goal that you pursued, being seen as a leader, and sales, and all of these support those goals. So here's a way to take that. How can I produce valuable content, and where should I put that content to get me closer to my goals as being seen as an industry leader and in my sales? Now, I didn't even touch on UGC or hashtag holidays, behind the scenes. There are so many content ideas out there. And so you will have to make the decision on kind of what angle you want to take. But just remember that the content you produce, again, think about what your goal is, where do you want to put it, and who is the audience member you're trying to reach on that platform. Now, do you have what it takes to create beautiful images or to design compelling graphics or meaningful videos? These are all huge questions, right? This is a ton of work. You guys are committing to so much effort to ensure that your brand and your clients' brands really get the attention that they need. Now, not only do I believe you have what it takes, but I think you can do it faster and Sendible. Now, here are just a few pieces that you can do in our platform. You can create beautiful graphics using our Canva integration. You can do stock images. You can publish short form videos. You can use our monitor feature for social listening. You can also publish directly to your Facebook group from within Sendible. These are all features that can take that strategy that you started with and apply it really easily to your social schedule. Now, we believe in you. We are so excited for you, and we know you can do it. Happy sending. Now, I am going to stop sharing my screen and see if there are any questions. Okay, Nikki, did I mention Twitter? We can absolutely still publish to Twitter. And I think it depends on your brand. Twitter is a really fast moving platform. And so one of the things you want to remember is this the best platform for your use case? Is this where your audience is living? And if they are on there, I see a lot of evidence to support that Twitter should be published to multiple times a day. And I know that that is not necessarily possible for a lot of businesses to invest that kind of time commitment to Twitter. However, if your audience is there, it's worth it. So that would be my recommendation is, again, dig into the stats on is your audience on Twitter? And then if they are, then you can add them to your social strategy to ensure that you come up with the best fit for them. Nikki, did I answer your question okay? Awesome. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to invite Anne. Now, I'm going to also share, I know Anne said I was going to share some resources. I'm going to start dropping them in the chat while she's sharing, but she's going to kind of, again, show you how you can apply all of this knowledge within Sendible.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That is such a fully loaded presentation. I bet you gave everyone an idea, at least to identify their audience and to know exactly what platform they should be posting at. Now, for some of you, maybe you're already aware of the features that we have at Sendible that can help you create, compose, and schedule engaging content. But for some, well, even those not so new ones, I still get some questions about Reels, Canva, and whatnot. So let me share my screen and give you some tidbits of info that hopefully can help you. Okay. All right. So now that hopefully you're able to identify your audience and you know exactly where or what platform you'd be posting to. So you're now down to creating your content. Of course, we love always putting some images. And right now, videos are in demand. A lot of engagement coming from videos. But I just want to share that within Sendible, we have Canva integration for those who don't know. So you can pick whatever option here. It will just ask you to log into your Canva account if you haven't yet. Then you can pull your creatives from here. You can even go to your projects or even to your team folders, and then you can get to pick your creatives from there. So we have that cool Canva integration that you could use. Savannah mentioned also that you can search for royalty-free images under pixels. Or if you're crazy over GIFs or GIFs, you can pull them from Giphy. Right now, I'm going to pull a video from my computer. I'm going to post this as a reel to Instagram, to Facebook. I'm going to add YouTube here as well. I want to post a YouTube Shorts. Okay, so you want to put your copy here. Great place to visit. And as you notice, there are 3 different tabs here. So you can customize it. You can change the hashtags for each platform. You can even add a Facebook group here. So I have a Facebook group here. I can even add that one. Now, for Facebook, if you go to the Facebook tab, you'll see there's an option for you to pick Reels. If you want to post it as a Reel. Probably this is not a good video as an example. I can just change this later. It's talking about aspect ratio, but I think this works well with Instagram. Yes, so for Instagram, you can use Reels. Also share it to your feed. For YouTube, ideally you put hashtag shorts. That's what YouTube is recommending us. Just ensure that your short videos will be posted as a YouTube short. I tried this myself without adding hashtag shorts. It did post. I think what's important is that you're posting a vertical video and it's not more than 60 seconds. It shouldn't be a problem. No, then you'll be ready to post Facebook and Instagram, your Reels video, and also YouTube Shorts. And of course, you can post that on your Facebook group. I think the last piece that I want to touch base as well, Savannah mentioned about monitoring, social listening. If you want to know what your competitor is doing, you can check their feed, but this is only for Twitter. You have to add a Twitter search for this specific Twitter account that you want to monitor. So you go to add profiles, you go to monitoring, then go to Twitter search. Now, hopefully you can see my pop-up window here. If not, just let me know, Savannah, if it's not showing up.
I don't see your pop-up.
Oh no. Let me reshare my screen.
Perfect.
Okay, so you click on Twitter search. So I want to know about NARS Cosmetics. So I'm going to put NARS Cosmetics here. And right below here, search for tweets from this user. I'm going to put the handle of NARS Cosmetics for Twitter. Then I'll just put a reference description here, NARS tweets. So I just need to fill in these three fields here. I click Save Settings. Right. Then I need to go to Activity, then Social Feeds. Then from here, I can go down to the Twitter search that I did. Okay, of course, I did Elon Musk tweets. So I can go to NARS tweets. So I can now see what NARS Cosmetics has been posting under Twitter. So you can see how they're replying as well, what type of engagement they're giving to their customers. So this is a way for you to, at least spy on what they're posting and probably pick some tips on how to post as well. So you can definitely use that.
Absolutely. Right. Thank you so much for showing that. And guys, we dropped a few of those articles that I used to research in the chat. And Sandra, that is a great note on Facebook Reels. So I appreciate that. You guys, it has been a pleasure to be with you this afternoon or morning, depending on where you are at. I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your Thursday and join us again next time. Have a good night.
Have a good day.
Bye. Bye.